Am I
All
going to
right.
be a fake
Oh,
thumbnail?
yes, you are currently a little thumbnail, Miss Laura. But
Great. I knew it.
welcome one, welcome all to Late Night Madness, Episode 4. Are we going to war? Well, it looks that way.
Oh,
Oh, and I'm playing in my ears because I am a noob, and we seem to always do that. So we'll have a little preamble there as Miss Laura is busy being her beautiful self behind that lovely thumbnail
I'm
there.
rolling a medicated cigarette, so you'll just have to
Eh,
have the fuck on.
she is getting ready to administer her medicine. So we shall leave her be. But well, with all the recent actions, and apparently I saw the other night that the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, is calling for Congress this week to vote on a potential war powers resolution, thereby, I guess, bringing us into a
Your country off.
potential war with Iran. So yeah, I noticed some folks over there. I've heard a lot of your air folks over there in the Royal Air Force have started to have movements. Apparently, we've put a carrier in the outside of Iranian waters as well, and there does seem to be quite a provocation going on. I don't really know what to necessarily make of this. It looks like President Trump is ready to go full bore on it. So I don't know. Give us a little bit of thoughts from someone across the pond in the UK, Laura.
World War fucking 3 is about to ensue.
Oh, well, you heard it there, folks. I'm not
That's
necessarily
what I heard.
sure what exactly that might be. I hear folks saying that the president is a puppet of Mr. Vladimir Putin. I hear other folks
President
saying,
is a twat. The
well,
English Prime
well,
Minister is a twat. Everyone's a twat.
well, we are consistent. I truly believe we are almost similar than we are different. Apparently, things could be better, though. I mean, I would like to see things be better. I'd like to see less less bombs of a high explosive nature going off, maybe a few more glitter bombs. But I mean, that's a point of personal preference. But to give a little shout out to the chat, we have a Mr. Herpicus McDerpington over there. Herp, I hope your liver is holding up after the drinking game the other night. I believe he was there for Exile Opinions drinking game on the movie Cats, as well as we have a Terry Dover. Oh, he is
Oh,
the
hello, Terry.
messenger to
How
the
come I
world.
can't see that comment?
Oh, I popped out a side chat as well as Laura pops out there as well. Oh, we have a Vash. We have a fellow Dargan in there. No, but basically, yeah, Laura,
I
what
really
it ha-
like it.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, there we go. I can see comments now. It worked.
Right.
Hey, Terry.
Oh, yeah. I also the StreamYard's one. It's probably about 10 seconds behind. I also, since I'm on a laptop right now, I also put open a side little window over there. But yes, we have Vash, a token Dargan. Actually, Vash, if you want to pop up here, man, I'd love to get your input on this. I know you're very busy working Dargan. I know you're a new
Yeah.
Pappy Dargan as well. Uh, but yeah, no, we're just discussing what looks like it's going to be World War III. Um, Again, I'm not even sure if here's one of the things because so last night apparently there were some reports of potential troop movements and actions, but there were no confirmation of it from command, apparently, according to my recollection of what I saw on the internet and what I've been told from different sources. Apparently, there was also a 5.1 magnitude earthquake reported very near an Iranian facility over there. So I'm like, all right, there was an earthquake outside of Puerto Rico, as well as there was an earthquake outside of Iran. I'm wondering if one of those earthquakes may have been man-made. I don't know.
Mhm.
I guess we're gonna have to see. Oh, and we got the Wookiee down there as well. Oh, thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I appreciate that. Dash, I'm gonna send you a link over here on Twitter. I'm not sure if you're available or not. You are more than welcome to join, as we have had several episodes of the Double Dargan podcast as well. So just gotta just gotta try to remember the folks that were there for you. We're not always good at that, but yes. Oh, look at you. You're pretty.
Who? Me.
What? Yeah.
Yes.
No. I'm talking to the other person on screen. Yes, I am a full
Um,
narcissist. Yes, and my level up is
I'm
actually
on
the right
camera.
way now. Pardon?
I'm on camera.
Oh, I know. That's what I said.
I just didn't get Laura on camera. I must be delayed still. Do you want did you want a picture thing for the what's it called? The thumbnail,
Oh,
clickbait
I
thumbnail.
I, I already used Kelly Bundy. I mean, oh, Well, I mean, if we're gonna do that, I mean, I could always change it, but I mean, no, Laura, we are bringing the top level in actual
Down.
analysis along with sexiness. Let's make logic great again. And I also have been critiqued that, do you listen to the words that come out of your co-host's mouth, or are you looking at your co-host? I said I can do both. At times it may be hard to concentrate, but I do respect your opinion. Any girl that can banter with me on anime is good in my book.
Yeah.
That's a very nice necklace. It looks very pretty. It almost looks like
it's Harlequins. It's Harlequins. Look, Daddy's little girl.
Oh, I can see. I can see as I feel like I'm going to fall down but yes. So currently there's a lot of conflict going on. I'm looking for you, Vash, over here. So Laura, you're going to entertain the chat for the next 16 seconds as I send Vash a message.
Go on, then. I'll just sit here and smoke my joint. You lot carry on talking in the chat.
It is a medicated cigarette, allegedly,
because I'm
in
getting these
Minecraft.
messages like 10 minutes later. So show them titties. I'll show you my new tattoo. Fuck you.
Oh, what a lovely spidering there. All right, we're doing. Oh my God, the chat is actually moving.
I was doing that to Selective Service System, who said to show them titties.
Oh, well, I mean, if we get that equality amendment, folks, I mean, every young man and woman will have to register with the Selective Service, or they could fear losing any potential government benefits. They could be convicted of a felony. So, I mean, we have to be fair. We have to be fair. That's the thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. Discord. Okay, yes, I'm having a conversation with myself. Oh, yes, Monterey. I hope she is a weeb. She was correcting me on some Naruto things. That's the.
Was I drunk when I did that? Because I don't usually talk anime when I'm like sober, or even when I'm drunk. Actually, I kind of hide it pretty well.
Oh, so you're a closet weeb. It's a good thing we can identify that weeb.
And Seo is my favorite one, and I don't care if you don't like it. Tough, I love it. So whoever asked that, Seo is my favorite one. Or actually, I don't know. Full Metal Alchemist is good as well.
I've heard good things. I haven't watched either of those yet. It's all right. We got a Tams the Kiwi. Hey Tams, how are you doing over there?
Get your ass on here. I can't even see your comment, but get your ass on here.
Oh geez, all right, Tams. Oh, hold on, let me get Vash on. Tams, you have a Twitter.
I'll send you the link on Twitter.
All right.
If you want to come up, let me know, and I'll send you a link. I'll just send you a link anyway. Oh no, I can't come through Twitter.
Well, Vash, it looks like, my friend, we're going to war.
Yes, indeed.
What are your initial thoughts?
Even though I'm hearing mixed reviews on Iran's side of the news media, some people are celebrating, other ones are wanting war. I mean, it's pretty much just same old over in Iran.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of folks were big fans of the general. I mean, he had also been told that he was big at fighting Daesh and a lot of the insurgent movements and militias over there. So he was heralded as a hero by many over there, as well as, according to military intelligence, he was directly implicated with the deaths of over 600 U.S. servicemen and women. So these are the things we need to weigh out. It's like, we don't have the president's information there. We don't have the Joint Chiefs and everything. We don't have all their information. We're going based upon what we see, but you got to admit, dude, there have been an escalation of provocative actions over these past couple of years, man.
Yeah, quite a few. One of the things that I kind of find weird is there's a little bit of a counter news, which was apparently the general was trying to do peace, like organizational stuff, whenever he was on that trip.
So, well, that's the thing. So I heard he was with another member of like Parliament or something.
Yeah, negotiating like peace treaties and whatnot. Supposedly.
Well, that's the thing. The question is, what type of clout would he have actually had? I mean, does he actually have ins within these organizations? If we had that, and you could potentially stop the violence in that part of the world. I mean, that sounds like a positive thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I mean, like I said, I'm just looking at all of the different sides of media because I'm looking over in like the way that the Iran news media is showing it, as well as our media, and I've noticed quite a few different holes in both sides. So it's very questionable as to if we're actually going to go to war. But gas prices have gone up in stock
Oh yeah, no, ExxonMobil and a lot of
instantly
the
after the drone strike. So
it
I
was
wonder
one
why.
1% overnight. I mean, it's
Yeah.
ExxonMobil may actually be the most valuable company on the planet again. I mean, well, who knows? Now the thing that gets me is we have all this stuff, and a lot of this doesn't it go back to a lot of things we saw in Syria before? Because I think we may have covered that, and a lot of that was just the expansion of, I believe, a new oil pipeline as well.
Well, someone reminded me of an old movie. And I have to go ahead and say thank you, Maestra, for reminding me of it. But the Mouse That Roared, 1959.
Really?
I just decided to pick it back up and rewatch it, and I honestly believe that that movie depicts exactly what would happen if Iran were to somehow get the United States to surrender.
Is this why Jensen Quinn may or may not have renamed MC in a particular server MC Mouse?
I don't think so. I'm
Okay.
not sure.
I don't know. I thought it would be ironic. I'm sorry.
But that would be. But the Mouse That Roared is about a small island, about like Puerto Rico or Cuba, and they decide to wage war against America, thinking that they would, obviously lose. Well, America decides to surrender to them. Basically, went like, "Oh, you wanna rule the world? Well, here's the keys. Good luck."
So how did it end up going?
Sort of like a dark comedy.
Okay.
They
How did
didn't
we
know
do?
what the hell to do with it, and
Oh,
the world went into chaos.
so about the same as normal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So Laura, do you believe that mice rule the world?
Yeah.
See, I would
No.
say maybe cats, because somehow the amount of cat content on the internet, along with the sheer fact that we tend to serve them already, I mean, that seems to be enough evidence for me, at least on the internet, based upon things that we like to base on things we see on the internet.
Yeah, everybody loves a good cat video.
Well, that's the thing. You can have like a little slipper kitten. You can have that big pudgy cat that knocks over your Budweiser. I mean, there's all types of cats for different occasions. We have Grumpy Cat. May
If
she
that
rest
cat
in peace.
knocks over my Budweiser, it's going to get shot.
It was an empty Budweiser, to be fair.
Oh,
We
Oh,
we
okay.
we thought it was
Empty ones
funny.
are okay.
Oh yes,
Empty ones are okay.
yes, it was a tall one like that.
My mate came down and gave me that today. This is only a little one. Look.
Oh, what? Only a little one? That's like 16 ounces.
No, it's not. Is it?
12?
What the fuck? Hey, I don't even know how big this is.
It's either 12 or
300
16.
milliliters.
Watch it be a
300
24.
No,
Oh.
it's 300 milliliters, so it's not big. Look, it's only little.
Okay.
So
how many milliliters are in a?
I don't know. I'm going to Google it actually.
Yeah. Now we gotta do that shit again.
Oh, math is hard. Math is hard. Yes, but back to potentially the coming end of the world allegedly in Minecraft. Here's the thing with President Obama.
10.14. Sorry, 10.14 ounces. It says. So what? 10, 11 ounces.
Oh, so it's a 12 that's like 11.4 or something.
Yeah, so it's like a 12 ounce.
Okay.
I don't know. We don't do ounces over here, do we? We're not in
Oh,
beer anyway.
you dispense your
It's all
beer in
world
liters. I can respect that.
Yeah, yeah.
But okay.
I just drink the shit. I ain't bothered.
All right, let's go ahead and memes you were saying.
So basically, with President Obama, I don't think anyone really worried about anybody. You weren't worried about him initiating and launching nuclear weapons. With President Trump, you could say he's gone with the madman strategy, but it's
I don't know. I was kind of concerned about Obama as well. Especially whenever he decided to make something that can launch Tomahawk missiles for the Iranian nuclear threat, and Russia knew that that was for them because, they were like, oh, yeah, it's non-nuclear. Yeah, whenever you don't use these types of shells, it's non-nuclear. Yeah, bastard. But, yeah.
Were you talking about the small carryable, like the small launchable nukes that you could do from a shoulder launcher?
Well, I mean, it was for the Iranian nuclear threat. And even Putin was like, no, we know that was for you, like for
It was
us.
for us, yeah. Oh, yeah,
So,
no, dude,
we're going to build around that.
That's,
And yeah, apparently Putin was under a lot of fire because of that. But
well, I mean, I mean, was it untrue? And then Wookiee is put in the chat there. Moabs. He says more things about that. All I know is at one point there were some ISIS targets, according to the U.S. military, and they released that footage of them. Well, they're in the mountain, and I'm just imagining President Trump saying, "Bring down the mountain," and that was the first actual combat footage I've ever seen of a Moab being used, and it brought the freaking mountain down on them.
Make it huge. Drop a mountain. Build a wall.
Well, that's another thing that a lot of folks don't realize is, yes, we have nuclear weapons. Yes, they are big, massive, devastating nuclear. That was basically President Trump's response at one of the debates when asked about the nuclear triad that he had pretty much didn't seem to know anything about at the time. Hopefully he's been briefed. But my big thing is, okay, I could see him doing it. Like if folks came up to him and they're like, Mr. President, the United States is under severe imminent attack. We must do this. This will save. It could happen. I don't think he wants to. I don't think the man is evil. I think he's doing what he thinks is right. Unfortunately, right now it is horrifically dividing our country. He has divided us. That's very sad to say, seeing as that meme was supposed to go the other direction. But I don't know. I think we might actually actively be engaging potentially now. We may or may not know it. I actually even feel uncomfortable suggesting that. I have no evidence for this, because I wouldn't want to interrupt different things with any folks overseas. I don't know. Is this going to be something that's going to be fast, or do you think this is going to be drawn out? So, Vash, you first, and then go to Laura.
War is always drawn out. It's always drawn out.
We can see we're on your top of your list. Continue, Vash.
I'm running someone's playlist and a really interesting videos come up, so I'm just commenting on it.
Anyway, it's always been drawn out. World War II lasted how long?
For us? Fuck. I mean, for us, what was it? We were brought in 39 and went till 40, 45?
Yep. And then World War I lasted...
I'm terrible at history. What was that? 1916 through about 20 or so?
About 4 or 5.
I do math this hard.
A little bit longer than that, but either way, it lasts like at least 4 to sometimes 6, 8 years. I mean, they last. War is going to last a long time, and the thing is war. A lot of people say war is hell. I disagree. I'm more into what the depiction for MASH. Like, I mean, are there any innocent bystanders in hell? No. But there's shit tons of innocent bystanders in war. As a matter of fact, you can technically count everyone aside from a few that are innocent bystanders in war. That's why war is worse than hell.
I got you. Laura, do you think we're going to see a fast conflict, or do you think this is going to take a while?
With Trump in, it's going to take fucking forever. He's going to keep pissing people off and starting battles everywhere, and there's going to end up being a war.
So you think this is just going to be a further escalation until something really bad, or even worse?
How long has he been in office now? And he's just caused nothing but grief for your country. So, and it's getting worse.
Well, that's an outside perspective.
This is what I see in English. I'm not over there, so I don't know exactly what's going on. But this is what we see, or what I see personally over here.
Oh, that's why we wanted a foreign perspective. Yeah, and I just need to say a quick hi to Monterey of Hopes or Adamantine, the Killing Joke as well, and I'm noticing a lot of talking about glassware and everything, folks. I would suggest going to your local China shop as well, or any type of antique shop as well. Basically, you can get any type of glassware there as well. I assume that's what you're talking about, because otherwise you would be promoting genocide, and we should try to avoid genocide. So I just want to clarify that as well there, because this is a chat on the internet, so it's like TV, except there's interaction, for better and worse. It's all right. I love interaction.
You can always get vases and whatnot.
I'll pause. Let me. Actually, Addy, I'm not sure if you're around, man. I wouldn't mind getting your perspective on here. You're often a man of words.
Wait. I can possibly sway Addy. Addy, you're a beautiful bird.
He is a fine feathered friend.
He is a very, very beautiful bird.
All right, I'm sending him the link over there now. Oh, I saw. Oh, my other friend. Oh, what's going on? Subnova Gaming. Welcome, my friend. I was on couple of times with him, and he was actually here for some of the debauchery that may or may not have been going on over the past week, but I digress. Continue on, friends. Say words.
But we're going to be going into a war. That much is certain. We've deployed up to, I think now, 3,000 troops. A lot of this isn't being covered by the mainstream media.
Is that a good thing?
Yes and no.
Continue.
Like, yes, in the fact that, you got to keep your stupid people stupid. And no, in the fact that it's, to me, I believe that they should be covering it honestly, not the way that Fox News has been.
But the counter to that is, I still remember during the Iraq War, and Fox News correspondent at the time, Geraldo Rivera, was reporting from over there, and I remember him there being in a bunker with some of our troops, and I could see outside that bunker and some of the surrounding buildings. Like, I have no idea where they are, but if I'm watching this on the news and I'm from that place and I'm basically your enemy, I'm going to see exactly where you are. And if I happen to have the way to do you harm, there's a good chance I may do you harm in that instance. So I remember they got a lot of flack for that. So one could say, we're talking about security forces. A lot of times you would have confirmation from the different officers and generals. And one of the things that I do actually have respect for President Trump saying it before was, he was like, I hear the generals are like, oh, it's very difficult. Oh, they're very difficult. And they're dealing with all these politics. And he's like, I don't want my generals giving press conferences. I want my generals kicking ass. And if you're talking about the United States military, I can respect that. You can disagree with Dude Man on everything else, but it's just as far as the safety and security of our folks doing the job, I can understand.
I mean, that's why we have, like, yes, let the generals do what the generals are supposed to do. Let the tacticians, form tactics as to what we're going to do. Let them do that. But we have a fucking media area from the military for a reason. Let them do their job. Let journalists that are in the military do their fucking job and cover the story and give it to us honestly.
No, that's definitely a thing. I know the executive and the media haven't really been getting along. But I mean, one could also say if there are different war correspondents embedded in these units, if they're under active, like actual missions and stuff like that, you probably shouldn't be reporting on the active mission until
Oh well, yes.
certain achievements have been had. This, so like in a certain respect, that's why I also feel a little uncomfortable doing this. But Selective Service System has actually suggested something that I think many other Americans have kicked around their head. He said something about releasing and deploying Florida Man in third wave for a wild card. So how many Florida men would it take? Oh, excuse me, Florida men, women, and whatever you may identify as. How many Florida personnel would it take to deploy to destabilize and upset our enemies in those theaters?
Well, I mean, are we also letting the Florida men have alligators?
I don't think Pete is going to allow for that, man. It's just, I mean, talking about deploying folks that may or may not have particular issues going on in their lives. I mean, that's questionable.
Well, you also get somebody that's, because you get the Florida men that are like completely twacked out. You give them a flamethrower and you throw them with a parachute.
I just have to point out Spinal Tap Taparoo, the God of Water over there. We won't even go into that. We are not going to cross Florida Man with Slender Man, because then we're just going to end up in a completely other dimension. And it just, we do not speak of this. We must be very, very careful, as Laura is raging in the chat, because this is what people do on the internet. Oh, and we got Jeremy 06 is here as well. No. I remember hearing about bath salts before there, and then somebody tried to eat someone's face off. It's like, this is one of those things I probably shouldn't try. I tried salvia back in the day. It gave me a headache, and I ended up throwing up after I'd been drinking and stuff like that, and among other things. And after I retched it out, I felt a little better. It didn't really do much anything for me, except give me a bad tummy.
Salvia is nasty shit.
Slender Florida Man. That's like he'll pair your horse while he's like, getting you with the tentacles or something.
He has tentacles?
I don't know. He'll do some weird shit.
Oh no, we've delved into hentai. Laura, don't get excited. I'm sorry, that was rude.
You can get excited if you want to.
I am very excited. That's a lovely little fairy.
Isn't it cute?
That is a nice fairy.
It reminds me of
Look at fairy.
Hey. Well, there are two furries here, so it's okay. Furries rise up. I mean, represent. Oh dear God.
No.
And we drove another lady off the internet because of our toxic misogyny here. Because yes, we obviously are very triggering. I'll have to run that warning. My previous video, I definitely ripped off MC's screenshot for this is fair use and commentary, and people may likely take offense to this. So
you're a fairy. You're a fairy.
Well, technically, I'm a scaly.
I model fur coats.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Have you ever used anything with scales?
Do you not have Instagram? Have you not seen my pictures?
I only got so far.
No.
You've worn things with scales.
No.
Now he's gonna be like, oh, scales. Well, I'm gonna have to take a second look. And he's gone. Apparently, he's going to look at that Instagram.
I had to do that effect. What?
Why have you gone red?
Why have I gone red? Oh, you're making me fear for my life. It's been a couple missing teams since I feared for my life for potentially getting shanked in my sleep. I mean,
no. If she's going to be wearing scales, she's obviously going to be wearing claws. So, I mean, you won't really be shanked.
Well, we've had claws.
You'll be clawed and maybe like slashed at, but
I swear it was all consensual.
Yes, Mana Ray, that is right up my street, Mana Ray. I am moving to the US and I am getting a fucking gun. Hell yes, please. I'd be locked up by now if we had guns over here.
Guns are always good.
Come up on the panel. Ken can chug for us.
That doesn't bode well necessarily for your visa here, Laura. I'm just saying. I prefer. I don't like lying for people.
Well, I haven't been locked up.
Well,
So
actually,
that's a good thing.
like
I
as
do
soon as
kind of
you get
have a
citizenship,
criminal
you
record
can
from about
definitely own
16
a
years
gun.
ago.
I
Continue.
mean, in the South, you can have a gun.
Oh dear. But yeah, no, I see. We have Ken's World here as well, and a Jaeger bomb before you head home for the bar. I mean, if you would like to speak about World War III potentially and everything, this is not particularly a drinking show, although I imagine it will devolve into that at some point. So,
Monterey, good for you because I'm moving in with you, mate. I've got nowhere to live over there, so expect me on your doorstep.
oh, you hear that, Mr. Ray? You better clean the room. It's Professor Penis.
Well, I'll turn up at yours then, memes.
What?
I'll take your bed. I'll take your bed for the night, memes.
Oh. Oh dear.
Wow, you've gone quiet.
Well, as long as you're warm, I get cold at night.
I'm very warm, but you know, if you're on the sofa, I'll make sure you have an extra cover.
Oh, it's my bed. How did I just lose my own bed?
I'll have the sofa. You have the bed.
You're gonna be on the couch.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
and I'm not talking like living room couch. I'm talking like basement couch.
I don't have a basement. I live on a slab. And according
Well, I mean, that's the thing is you better get a fucking pickaxe and get to fucking Minecrafting down there and get yourself a basement and put down a couch.
I need to call DigSafe for that. And according to Herpicus McDurpington, memes company policy on packing is getting revised after what happened to the UP. Oh dear. Wait, what happened to the UPS guy? I like the UPS guy. He usually delivers happy packages. Wait, Amazon is happy,
Wait,
right?
what?
Oh, oh, hi, Mad. How are you doing? Mad is the fine young gentleman that was asking me if I was boinking my co-host earlier. Hi, Mad. Feel awkward.
Who's that? Who's that? Oh, Mad Dodge. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's boinking me. He's got a fucking huge dick and it comes all the way across to England.
I mean, that physically would probably have me die. I mean, even if that was the case, the amount of blood needed to transverse like 1,200 miles and everything, I mean, like, that would be very impressive, but just like physically, maybe if I was Majin Buu. Am I Majin Buu? Not yet. Okay. So,
well, I mean, Majin Buu would even be like at least like really, 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 really thin.
He would be very thin. It would take. Yeah, he would need to absorb. Okay,
so like, now there would be no girth. It'd be like a pencil.
I mean, if we were lucky, but
hey, Mad Dodge, why don't you come on the panel and ask me yourself?
Oh, that's right. I'm mad. I'm going to send you a Twitter thingy because, yes.
Spinal Tap 5,000 mile long dick. Yeah.
So
yeah, who's pointing me? Wow.
Oh, and I'm also liking Andrew Yang. He likes to think he's better in person, like most people. I liked and retweeted. Thank you, Yang Gang 2020. All right. So where's Mr. Mad Dodge? We got a Mad Dodge here. All right. So are we going to see the unleashing of weapon systems we haven't seen yet? What do you all think?
Yeah.
We're going to see big booms.
I think Trump thinks
it's just gonna be a lot of what we've already had.
Well, I mean, some folks would say they're trying to keep the military-industrial complex going as well. At the same time, I keep in my mind, I'm like, well, if these companies' jobs are to make weapons and stuff, and if we're not paying them, my thing is, it's like, okay, I think we have enough of maybe certain things. Can we redeploy certain resources and funds towards, I don't know, maybe space travel? I'd love to see some badass hyperdrives and stuff like that. You can still build plenty of bombs and stuff because I do also believe in peace through overwhelming force. I mean, I may seem like a very progressive dude, but it's like I have also read Machiavelli, whether I like it or not. So
I like getting a peace through force.
Oh, you like overwhelming force?
Yeah.
So it could just be hammered and just make sure that there is basically nothing that needs to be accomplished left.
Yeah.
Okay. So you read Machiavelli?
No.
Do you like Italian food?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's close enough.
I can cook amazing Italian food as well.
Go on.
I was married to an Italian for 1.5 years.
Go on.
Go on. That's it. I can cook.
How do you know I had pasta for dinner?
Huh?
I had pasta for dinner.
Yeah, what type of pasta?
Oh.
So many.
Generic brand thin spaghetti.
Oh, spaghetti. What you had? What did you have with it? Did you have spaghetti bolognese?
Oh, I can't even pronounce that word. All I know is I had red sauce and I threw some hamburger in it, and I felt fancy because I made sauce.
Oh, so it's poor man's bolognese then? Yeah, you chop up a burger and throw it in the sauce. And now we're talking about cooking. He's gone.
Oh, well,
Let's talk about bombs and blowing stuff again.
Oh, welcome, Mad Dodge. Here is my lovely co-host. Speak words to her.
Hey, what's up? I was just fucking with memes. I mess with memes every day. Fuck you, memes. Put me on the spot and shit. I'm here. There you go.
Oh, there you go. He dealt with a call out. Exactly. Jeremy, no Florida man cyborgs. I live up here in Massachusetts. We have Boston Dynamics. God help us if they get the power of Florida, man. It's GG then, man. It's GG. Continue.
Don't you go to Florida like every other weekend, though? I mean, you're like Florida, man, just bi-weekly.
Just because I'm going to Florida in like the next month or so, that has nothing to do with this, Mad. That's a completely ad hom words.
Are you actually worried about the Iran situation, though? I did see when I clicked on the link and, I was watching your show. That's what you're talking about. Do you really feel like Persia can stand a chance against the might of the United States of America? Do you really believe so?
Oh, no, we'll completely obliterate them. But again, I consistently at least say that we should try to avoid genocide. That is why I would like to avoid that, because also, if we set the standard of, okay, we can take out this person. Well, they were a terrorist. Yes, they were also a general. At what point, if somebody had the opportunity to take out one of our generals, they could use the same argument? See, that's the thing. At least from a liberal perspective, in my opinion, if you potentially see the moral high ground, don't come a knocking when. And you could say we've seen the moral high ground a long time ago with such instances of the United States not being part of the Geneva Convention, because that's the thing. A lot of folks don't know that, apparently. I didn't know that until MC corrected me, and I'm like, this explains a lot.
Well, yeah, we use landmines, which is a violation of the Geneva Convention. We have chemical weapons. There is a base in Eastern Oregon that is a chemical weapons depot, and it's right there off of fucking I-5.
we
down the interstate, right?
As far as I understand, as far as the U.S. military's official response, we reserve the right to use chemical weapons, and no, excuse me, I believe we won't use biological, but we reserve the right to use chemical if they are used upon us. So I think MC had said something like that. I could be incorrect there. Oh, wait a second. We're next door neighbors? You love Rhode Island? Oh, you're in Rhode Island. Oh, we should get a... Oh, welcome back.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm kind of buzzed.
Oh. Well, I mean, we're talking about war and other wonderful things such as that.
I'm stoned. If you want me to spell it out in black and white, I'm not buzzed about war. I'm stoned.
Oh, so Laura,
I'm not that sick.
Shower us with some happy words, because you're obviously on the level right now. And God, I do look very red. Hold on, I'll be right back.
On the level of not talking and just sitting here and getting high right now.
You accepted to be my... Hey, you accepted the job of my lovely co-host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sit here and look pretty. That's what you said. I might look like shit today, but I'm fulfilling half of it.
I said I valued your opinion. Okay. I believe I said that. You had banter about Naruto with me. You said words and are very pretty.
Okay, yeah.
Mad, save us. Give us some libertarian musings or something. As all the people look away.
Yeah, no,
on my own. I'm hiding behind the fucking icon and rolling a joint because you've both left me up here on my own.
Am I actually back? Because my internet fucking messed up.
You are back.
Okay, cool. No, what I was saying is, yeah, we don't abide by the Geneva Convention at all. We have chemical weapons. We have depots that are 500 yards off the interstate. Here in Oregon. Like, I've driven past it a bunch of times. We use landmines. We don't give a shit. The United States, we're the guy with the big stick. And that's the way it is. Either you guys want us to police the world, you want us to be the big dog, or you don't. You can't have it both ways.
Well, the thing is, Matt, I heard you and Tom kind of going back and forth a little bit the other day, and it's like the way I see it, man, is okay, we're leaving Iraq right now. They voted to kick our butts out of there because that's the thing. We did take out an Iranian general on Iraqi territory. That's the thing. You can say it's an escalation. Okay, that's an argument there. Yeah, U.S. sovereignty was violated when the embassy was basically just overthrown and stuff down there. Yeah, we had to you send a bunch of paratroopers to take it back. It's like, this does seem an escalation of conflict. You had a number of tankers that appear to be sabotaged, as well as a U.S. drone being shot down. Even according to MC, said, yeah, there's a good chance we violated their airspace. I mean, that is fair. But then again, President Trump didn't actually do said strike there because at the time he thought there were going to be 150 casualties. From what I saw, there were 2 convoys taken out. And I do believe there was actually a member of Iranian's parliament there. So you could say that this definitely is a targeting of an Iranian official who's within the administration. Was a general, but he was also labeled as a terrorist. So that's why it's like these are extremely complicated things. What's the right answer? I have no idea.
I'm not going to lay judgment on whether we are right or wrong in the situation. It is what it is. My personal position is we should not be going to war with anybody, much less Persia. Okay? They have been around for 2,500 years. I don't really want to destroy them. I don't. But if you're going to pick a fight with us, you know how it is, man. If it's fuck me, you know it's fuck you too.
Why do I feel like you have a scene from 300 playing in your head, being like, this is Sparta? That was a good movie.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. You want to bring up the libertarian perspective, right? Okay. Here's the thing. I don't want to intervene. I don't want to fucking be there. But they socked us in the nose. They initiated this. It's on them.
Wait a second, Matt. Is the libertarian beating the drum of war? Is this what I'm hearing?
Kill them all.
Wow. You really don't give an F anymore, man. That's cold. I dragged you back in. I'm expecting a libertarian perspective, and now I hear genocide. This is actually getting very creepy.
You're right. Isn't it sad that they pushed me this far? Think about it, memes. Come on. How long have we been talking? Like 5 years? Like, this isn't really where I want to be, but they've shoved me here. Fine. I'll pick my corner.
This is why I need to finish my video on should we bring back dueling, because the sheer fact that even a very staunch libertarian that still doesn't even believe in roads is like, all right, let's just get this over and done with. That is terrifying to me, because at least the vast majority of this time I've been like, we should try to avoid genocide. We should try to avoid genocide. I hear MC talking about big bombs, giant space rocks, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, let's try to avoid this.
I think the governments have pushed us to this, to thinking like this.
Yes.
The governments, the rulers of our so-called countries, and how fucked up they are. Don't you think they've pushed the people to this? Because I'm fucking well done.
Well, there are leaders. There are leaders, and the information we get from all our sources gone.
Supposedly. They're supposed to lead us. What they're leading us into, war and crap.
I think it was what was it, Ferengi Rule 34, war is good for business. Maybe that was 35, and Ferengi Rule, the inverse was peace is good for business. I don't know, Matt, you're gonna have to correct me on my Ferengi rules there. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, no, I was checking the chat just to see, because Pinoid was in there. I was waiting to hear him go, holy shit, I told you weren't a libertarian, Mad. He didn't say it, though. Well,
no, he's still there. Maybe he popped out or something. He's probably managing a bunch of other things. I know he had to work all last night. So, but Spinal Tap. Oh, roads don't exist. I was on a road earlier. I like my roads. I think we can do better. We're starting to do better. What?
I was on a road earlier. I like roads.
Yeah, you don't like roads?
Roads are roads. They're okay. They're roads.
Laura, you are just being introduced to this side of the internet. We've been arguing these things for many years now.
Roads are
don't tell
evil,
me you're
and I'll
flat
tell you
earth.
why.
Because Godzilla walked down a road. Don't make me get my Zilla figure, dude. I will give you freaking GP. No, God.
Hey, you know I'm terrified of Godzilla.
I know.
Fuck you, memes.
I had that exact Godzilla that terrified you. That was one of my favorite figures. I used so many times. He beat the crap out of so many other monsters I had. It was fun. And now we're down to 6 years.
Laura, nice to meet you, by the way. And no, this is a running gag, right? I was a kid, and my mom, when she was cooking, she would put this Godzilla figure in the kitchen doorway because I was terrified of it, right? I would not pass this Godzilla figure. That's what he's joking about.
You cannot pass.
That's a really good trick. I wish I'd have known that when my kids were young.
It's an old school Balrog. It's like, oh, no, I'm not high enough level yet. I'll have to grind and come back in several years so I can defeat the monster. It's okay. It's okay.
You should watch
Well, memes.
You don't level up. You just die.
I get it. Genocide is bad, right? I understand. Let's do it this way. Memes, you are the president of the United States. You are told that the embassy in Baghdad is being bombed currently. This is who did it. We know where he is. We can kill him right now. Do you pull the trigger?
One does not simply violate the sovereignty of these United States of America.
I thought you didn't smoke anymore.
Wait.
Isn't this the second time that you've smoked while I've been smoking on your panel? I think I'm a bad influence.
Yes. How many medical cigarettes have you rolled?
Since I've been on panel, about 3, 2 or 3.
Yes.
I smoke them all day, every day. It keeps me nice and calm.
Okay.
Sort of.
Oh, so what you're saying is, if you didn't, you wouldn't be calm.
If I didn't, I'd lose it. The depression gets to me really bad.
Oh, I find
And I basically
oxytocin helps
sit
with
here
that.
crying all day, every day.
I mean, I was not referring to what may be deemed the love chemical that comes about after engaging in.
Wait, how it makes you feel horny? Some strains make you feel horny. Some strains make you feel tired.
Oh.
Wait, are you talking about? Never mind. Okay.
Yes.
Moving on. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
But no,
This isn't a long
memes.
cigarette.
You're avoiding the question. Do
Yes,
you?
Beam, you're avoiding the question.
Do you bomb that individual? Do you kill that person? You yourself. It is you. You
No,
are in the
stop.
seat. You're on the red phone. You order the execution of somebody.
If something needs to be done to protect the United States of America and its interests, that's the terrifying thing. That's why I'm afraid of myself, because if I have that information there, I know I would have to do what needed to be done. I don't want to do it, but I did read Machiavelli. I understand that. That's the thing, Matt. It's like, yeah, one of the reasons why I'm kind of railing against potential World War III, because I, as a person, likes to say that I am a skeptical individual. I got to play out both scenarios on the extremes. I've played out the scenario. I dislike it. I realize it is an option. That's why I say we should try to avoid these options. If it needs to be done, sometimes there are no good choices.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, when it comes to the military assets being moved into the region, you have the UK moving assets as well. So I'm assuming, and this is an assumption, but I am assuming that President Trump is on the phone with Prime Minister Boris and they are coordinating this together. Is that the United Kingdom posturing themselves for the hard Brexit? Perhaps. They want the United States backing. They need a trading partner, and that's a good way to get it, right? Then again, they have interests in the region as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, no, the US and the UK, we go far back, and it's like basically that's the thing. It's been one of our consistent allies throughout a good bit of modern history as well. So let's just say if they were to do a Brexit thing and they were actually bearing potential combat responsibility along with these United States of America, yeah, that would probably bode pretty dang well for a very lucrative trade deal, I would imagine. So, but we're going to have to see how things roll out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are the goals? I mean, President Trump laid out that there were 52 sites for potential targeting, one for each of the Iranian hostages from back in the day. And the thing that really gets me is, and that's really outraged a lot of people, is he was talking about targeting cultural sites, like not actual military sites alone. Like he's talking about destroying historical landmarks and stuff. I'm like, wait a second, isn't this the same thing you've criticized a lot of like those Daesh groups for doing, for like desecrating like historic sites and everything? That's why I'm like, okay, that's why you should probably try to maintain the high ground. If you're going to just completely cripple all of their nuclear facilities and stuff like that, that's one thing. To erase their history, now you're just being a prick.
Perhaps, but here's the thing. Once again, we're talking about Persia. All right, we're talking about a civilization that has existed far longer than the United States. All right, let's be real. Far longer. So yes, why wouldn't you target cultural sites? Why wouldn't you eviscerate their history? If it's fuck me, it's fuck you too.
Oh, and we have the Mad Metal Man joining us. Hail, Mad Metal Man, in your sweet, buttery voice.
Hey, Mad Metal.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
no, thanks.
Oh, jeez. But no, my big thing is I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, so Mad, do those folks over there, do the vast majority of them identify as Persian? I honestly, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure of the cultural demographic makeup.
They are not Arabic, if that's what you're thinking. They're not Arabs. They are Persian. They have a different culture than the Afghanistan people. They have a different culture than the Iraqis. Even Saudi Arabia, for that matter. Even Turkey. Turkey is a totally different culture as well. They're not all the same. Okay, you gotta understand that. You look at the Middle East and you think Arab. That's not how it is.
No, that's one thing that MC's told me, and that's usually why I wrangle him in there, and he'll tell me about all these things we need to blow up, and then I'm like, okay, give me the relevant information, MC, and I'm like, okay, now let me go to some other experts that don't want to blow everything up, and hear out the vast spectrum of options. That's why I keep a guy like MC around to completely disagree with me at times, because if he has information I don't, that's where you get information from sources that are more professional and have more education and instruction, that have more experience than I do. You fill in the gaps.
Well, no, and what's interesting is memes. Usually you and I are on the same side of the argument. You know that. Like, that's why this is kind of weird, because I'm finally at the point where, fuck them. Let's just kill them. This shit has been going on for my entire life. I'm 35 years old. I'm sick of it. Fuck them, dude. Fuck them. They're not going to stop. Like, they haven't stopped in 35 years. They're not going to stop.
I mean, the argument could be that we also have not really stopped for 35 years and continuing to have troops over there was one of the reasons why I had initially heard back in the day why was one of the precursors that drove some of the folks towards carrying out the attacks on 9/11 was because it's like they look at Saudi Arabia, it's like, okay, you got Mecca, the holy capital of the Islamic world there, and it's like, why are there U.S. troops on like this holy land? Because I get told from a lot of folks that if somebody mentions that they happen to be from Saudi Arabia, a lot of other folks within the greater Islamic world, they're like, oh, you're from Saudi Arabia, and they're almost held in reverence because they're in the nation that has the holy land of Mecca there. So like that has to be something.
Mecca, Medina, yeah. I understand what you're saying, but okay, every Muslim with the viability and the ability to visit Mecca must do so at least once in their life. That is a thing for their religion. Fair enough. All right. I was raised Catholic. I'd love to go to Jerusalem and see where Christ was crucified, where they think he was. And I'm more of an atheist now. Then again, I go back and forth. You know, Catholic guilt. It is what it is.
You seem at times Catholic convenient.
I know, right? Whenever I'm taking, I'm drinking a beer, it's communion, right?
You're muted.
Well, I thank you for pointing out that I'm talking to myself because that's never happened before. All right, I'm gonna throw the link out there in chat. So, if we have anybody that would like to speak to certain things regarding this or something other that I will personally deem useful, sure, hop on in. We'd love to hear your take. I'd love to hear you, either Mad Metal Man, Gaming and Yelling. Maybe get your take. Hey, Monterey, you've been very active here. I always enjoy seeing you, but I'd be curious your take as well, because let's just say what I found. Sometimes the difference between internet chats and internet words may be a little different. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes better, sometimes worse, but you never know what you're going to get on this internet of stuff and things.
About the chocolates.
I like chocolate.
Well, and just so you know, Memes, if you're going to steal the name of my late night show, there's 2 D's in Madness. Just so you know. Yeah.
What, are you
It's
sure
mad, like mad as a hatter.
are you sure, or have you just been misspelling it wrong the whole time?
I misspelled it wrong on purpose, and if you're gonna copy me, you have to do it correctly.
Oh,
So you have to continue to misspell it.
you mean like somebody that would ever copy a show that doesn't really exist anymore?
Yeah. Like you'd
Hey!
ever use a woman as clickbait.
I
I
absolutely
totally
would do
accused
that.
him of doing that earlier today too.
Oh, you did that the other day as well.
With me on different streams, even if I've only been on for 5 minutes, just to get people to come in.
Oh, no, that's how we assembled a lot of folks that stayed far after you even left too, and they're like, "Yeah, Memes, I haven't been on a while, and I misclicked
And I
something,
saw that, and I
and
come
then
on.
all of a sudden, for some reason, I felt the need to click on this icon. I don't know why, but yeah, we just kind of did the little clickaroo because yes, biology is a B at times. So,
You're welcome.
oh, the Mad Metal Man has left his tomb. He left his mic behind. Well, any mic that falls behind is left behind. These things do happen. Hey, Spinal Tap, you take care, brother. It's good seeing you, my man. We'll catch you on the flip side of the internet. Oh, we have a friend that's joined us. Which friend do we have? Oh, I need to make the window bigger. I need to make it bigger. I can't see. Oh dear. Oh.
Yes!
Oh,
There you go.
what impeccable timing. Hail,
Baby
Rosetta.
sister.
Okay, this is a joke from over at Drug 3PO stream because Lethal made a super to it with the word dog in it, and he said he doesn't know if he should say that on YouTube if he'd get in trouble. So his entire stream turned into everybody supering him dong jokes and making dong jokes in his chat for like a half hour.
Drunk 3PO is a sweetheart. He actually goes out there and tries to. Most of his super chats are coming from ladies and stuff. I'm like, dude, man is doing something right. Power to him.
I have to admit, I sent several just to make really inappropriate jokes and mock him. And I've been tweeting at him too.
That man feels my pain. I can respect him.
But he's the one who declared himself Jack from Titanic on what had become the Dong stream. So then I had to post out that confirmed Drunk 3PO declares himself Jack while on Dong stream.
Wait, is he Jack or Dong? Is he Dong Jack?
I am so horrible. I'm so mean. I feel so guilty. Kind of.
Wait, what? What type of debauchery am I not realizing I'm delving into? Oh dear. I feel like I need more stimulants or
Okay.
Oh dear. Mad, you're an adult.
Memes, you didn't tell me you invited Mecca on the show.
Hey! No. My boobs are bigger.
Fair enough.
I consider her a friend, so.
I'm sorry, I had to. It was way too easy of a joke.
Let's not discriminate against redheads. There's nothing wrong with that.
Actually,
No, the fucking
this is
isn't.
real.
Because I was a redhead about a month ago.
I know.
This is really super close to my natural color.
Yeah, I remember you saying yesterday. That's the kind of red that I dye my hair.
Everybody be careful. Biden touch has entered the chat. I'm just giving
No
everyone a
touching,
warning.
no touching, no touching, no touching.
Biden touch. I can't see his comment yet. Hello, Biden. How are you doing?
Oh.
Yeah, said nobody ever. Nobody says hello, Biden.
I always say hello. I always say hello to everybody.
To be fair,
That's
I've
just
had a
polite.
really, really bad day, and I'm just taking it out on you and drunk.
Oh. Why, thank you.
As usual. I'll drink to that.
Oh, jeez.
When your streams,
Budweiser?
when your stream's over, we're gonna need to talk about a few things.
Okay. I apparently I need to check multiple DMs for all different drama messages and everything. That's okay. But I need to address the Mad Metal Man in the chat there because he's often a man of wisdom. Hopefully I read enough to realize it's wise. To address the bullshit, there will always be war, and it will forever be centered in the Middle East until they can pull themselves out from there. Okay. I disagree with you on some points there. I think a lot of this is just a lot of the old religions of Abraham and stuff. If you read it word for word and you take everything literally, it kind of sounds like a guide of how to try to survive at the time. All I know is a lot of these places, they have reformations. If we could see some more reformations, more progress, forward progressive movement, I think we'll be okay. And again, I play out the different scenarios. I dislike it, but it unfortunately seems like we're going down a much more aggressive one. I tend to prefer diplomacy, and again, you need to earn respect to actually have folks trust you, because unfortunately, a lot of folks have reasons not to trust people for.
Memes. Here's the thing, right? Okay, there'll always be fights, and they'll always be rooted in the Middle East. Is what he said, right? I hope not, because maybe I just love sci-fi too much, right? I love The Expanse and Star Trek. But the thing is, if we're going to actually go and colonize space and actually progress as a species, humanity, if we're going to outlive our own planet, then we need to work together. So sooner or later, these infighting with countries and petty fucking arguments need to actually go away. And if that means we need to kill some motherfuckers today to solve it tomorrow, maybe we do.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's like, okay, yeah, and then what? You murder millions of people. To what effect? Other people will see that. You can say, oh, maybe they'll bring law and order for a while because people will be afraid. But people will be afraid, but they'll also remember any type of injustice brought upon other folks. And that's how, unfortunately, you go down a very tyrannical route. That's why if you're going to go down that route, you should only do that if you absolutely have no other choice. Typically. That's the thing. It's like, I don't have all that information there. I'm not sure about what information individuals on that level may or may not have. If all of a sudden you have, it's always what happens if there's a nuclear weapon in like Chicago and you know it's going to go off in an hour, and then all of a sudden like something's going to happen? Would you potentially use enhanced interrogation methods? It's like, it's one of those things when all of a sudden it becomes personal. And I don't know, maybe I watched far too many episodes of 24. That's the thing. It's like, but then again, it's at the same time, is that actually going to be useful at all? I've heard a lot of counter arguments to that as well. My thing is, at least if folks have enough respect for each other that we can actually tolerate to live one another, hell yeah, I'd love to see freaking Star Trek, dude, because I think we can freaking do that, man. Give it like 1,000 years, dude. If we actually cleared the cachet of hate from our heads and hearts, man, and we actually started buckling down and working towards something, dude, we could be in Star Trek type levels of stuff within a millennia, man. The only problem is that's something that we're not going to live to see. And unfortunately, we seem to be focused on the moment rather than building something for future generations too often. Not always, but...
True, but don't you agree to make an omelet you have to crack a few eggs?
Well, let's see over here. We have welcome Moonlight Bexo. So accordingly they're saying over there, I think they do realize
you.
What? Oh,
why did I end up muted?
Oh, I have no idea. I think you muted yourself. No, actually, your microphone was next to my microphone, so when I went to click it, I clicked on your microphone. My apologies for
Are you really that big of a fuckwit?
Yes. So
fucking hell, you fuckwit.
Oh, I've been okay, we won't get into that on stream. But I think they do realize they will get destroyed if they go toe-to-toe with America. So I don't think they will take revenge for their guy. And I'm hearing they live in the region and it's calm out there. All right there. And selective serviceman is being a service system is appearing to show, I believe, what they refer to as toxic masculinity. Oh no. And oh dear. And yeah, oh dear. Oh, and the Mad Metal Man is now regretting himself. I had to leave my mic at home. There's a lot to say here. I'm sure we're talking about World War III, man. There is a lot to say.
Let's. Oh, fuck. Do we really want to trust governments for anything? Fuck the fucking governments. Fuck them.
I believe it's fuck, mother, fuck. Something, noise.
You don't have. Fuck, a motherfucker, fuck. Noise. 1, 2, 3. Noise. Get it right.
Okay, and we won't delve into giving drugs to children because that is wrong. Because we are not made for children here. Yes, we are so not made for children. Look, I have a little banner and everything. We're covered here, guys.
I'm going to skip that banner today, considering what I went through.
Okay, well, we're still not made for children for a multitude of reasons and stuff and things and everything. So, yes, back to the chat because we have such a nice chat here. All right. Oh dear. Wait a second. And evolve what memes is why I have an evil magic man. Wait a second. An evil magic man? Are you a wizard? Are you referring to me as a wizard? Are you referring to the necromancer known as Magog as a wizard? I don't even know how physics even works anymore. Laura's apparently here. Am I missing Laura? Okay. Well, she's... Wait a sec. No, madman. No, Mad Metal Man. No. Although that sounds like a modest proposal, children are not for eating. We've been over this before. Oh,
seriously, you have to specify that? What the fuck?
It's 2020. We're in the roaring 20s now, Rosetta, as Laura's busy researching things. I assume she's doing the demographical breakdown of Iran and the different functions and stuff and things that are going on. Oh, my apologies for misclassing you. You are actually a warlock. Warlocks were the bane to mages for a long while in World of Warcraft.
Bitch.
Oh,
let's classify me right.
Until level 66 where I got Iceland.
Yeah,
and it was like, lol.
Your banner is ruining my wonderful name.
What? Oh. Well, you're welcome. I ruin everything. Rosetta, you know this.
Fucking
you know me long enough. This is what I do. I just ruin things. Hi, Matt. How are you feeling? Are you feeling comfortable yet?
No, actually, she finally stopped bouncing, so I can concentrate again. That's nice. And then you said you ruined everything. I do have a wife. I still like boobs.
You're gonna get a full iced tea on the back of your neck, sir.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, okay.
You should distract that bad.
You said that you ruin everything, and all that popped in my head is that picture, or no, that little video of you and Jordan Peterson where, like, he looked really awkward, like he was about ready to call security.
Oh, security was right there. It's the sad thing. The little note in my left hand.
Would you take that bar down?
What? No. I need to have a warning. We need to let people know.
Not that. Take off the
Some
other
folks
part.
might be triggered.
Take off the other part that's sticking in my face and making me look like I'm deformed.
What? No, it's going across me. See, it's got a little person
not the
thingy
not made
here.
for children, the one above.
Yes, the one I'm poking here. Here, I'll hit the other thing. Trash conveyor, so it's got loud and paired. Oh, gee, that is actually terrifying. We actually have what appears to be somebody reporting from. Now, Moonlight Bexo, are you over in Iraq? It sounds like. I'm checking the Twitters. Oh. Why do I always check Twitter and get distracted? Oh dear. This is highly unprofessional. I'm sorry. The good Lord only gave. Okay, I've used that before, but oh yeah, okay, so you're not. Oh, Kuwait. Oh, so it looks like okay, they had heard a garbage truck over there and thought it may have been a tank. That is absolutely terrifying. Yes, I mean, not. Oh dear God. When you don't really have much of a filter and you just kind of have an open train of thought. What? Oh, it's something you're supposed to put in the. It's something you put on a pool, a coffee pot, and people try to put it on their mouths, and it doesn't often always work.
I don't have one.
I know. You have reasons. You have a diagnosis.
Wait, did you actually say coffee correctly? Because I could have swore you were gonna do Kofi. Coffee. No, I'm not from New Jersey. I don't drink my coffee. Not that there's anything wrong with coffee. Wow, my mouth did a little thingy there. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's what happened in county too, huh?
and I do agree with Mad Millman on here. Twitter's a sole stream of quote unquote what the fuck. No one can cross without getting sucked in. This is why I log out of Twitter, because if I don't log out of Twitter, I stay on Twitter. Just because, like, there's something else. What type of fucketry is this? And you go through?
Speaking of Twitter fucketry, check your DM and you'll see why I'm pissy today.
Well, no, and that's interesting, because I haven't even been on Twitter until, like, I was watching your show, and you're like, yo, Matt, I sent you the link on Twitter. I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta open up Twitter for the first time this year. I get it. The year just started, haha. But literally, first time this year. You're the reason I got on Twitter in 2020. Good job.
Wait, what?
Today was the first day I've been on Twitter this year. Yeah, I don't use Twitter that much.
So Matt, I realize there may or may not still be time, but are you running for president this time around? Because I was allegedly supposed to be your campaign manager in Minecraft, I believe.
Yes, we are running. Get prepared. I'm gonna have a press conference here shortly, and we're going to call Trump a cunt, and thank God Obama can never be reelected for a third term, and Hillary Clinton definitely killed you know who.
So that will probably get you a lot of the libertarian vote.
Well, yeah, we got that locked down. We're good. We got that nailed.
Now, as far as building a coalition and everything, have you stocked up on people within all, like, the initial primary states? You filed the appropriate paperwork, you have your super PACs lined up and everything, or you have enough money for Patreon that you've gone over with an attorney and an accountant that qualifies that you can use?
No, I was kind of just hoping the Koch brothers would write a check.
Well, one of them's dead, you dumb fuck.
There is only one Koch brother currently remaining.
Well, the dead one can write a check, right? That's still a thing. I mean,
so
dead Democrats vote.
I think that may be how they got Capone or somebody, but I digress. I hope Twitter isn't going to cause World War III, because apparently this General, I believe Alamani, or I apologize, I forget your name, sir, but he had been saying not so nice things to the president and then the president said not nice things back, and dead missiles rained upon him.
Oh, General, I got blown the fuck up? Yeah, that guy. Okay.
You do see why there are many of my comrades on the left that have concerns, right? I realize.
No, not at all. I have no idea what concerns you could possibly have. Even the libertarians are like, kill them all. There's nothing to worry about.
All I know is when a general that went by the name of Mad Dog Mattis, they came out with that picture of him literally completely face palming, and you see his watch, and you line up the time when President Trump actually spoke, talking about fire and fury and obliterating North Korea. When you literally have the chief assistant to the president face palming there, and your name is Mad Dog. All I know is that does give me a moment of concern. That's all I'm saying there. When Mad Dog is like, what the fuck is going on?
Why would you be worried? I mean, seriously, there's nothing to worry about. The libertarians are finally on board with the conservatives and ready to work together to end the world. There is nothing to worry about.
He just wants to keep this bar up so my cleavage isn't sticking out. You know that, right?
I have no idea. I'm engaging the chat because I hear this is things that people are supposed to like.
You don't have to leave it up the entire time.
According to okay, I get distracted. There are many things going on. I'm looking at things here and there. Yes. And Biden touches, no, I don't mean, but he didn't do it because of a tweet. I am unsure of what Biden touch is referring to. I do not believe this is the official count of the actual vice president. Perhaps it is his quote unquote shitposting account. I can neither confirm nor deny any of this.
Confirm. They're two different words.
My shirt was backwards earlier. Leave me alone.
That doesn't have anything to do with your fucking mouth, unless you were like eating your shirt while it was back.
Words come out. These things happen.
No, what came out of your mouth wasn't a word. That's why we're mocking you.
Oh, it's a word now. It's 2020. We just make up words and we go with them.
You don't get to make up rules unless you know the accurate ones.
Oh, well then what the hell are the rules? Nobody agrees on the rules at all. So if nobody agrees on the rules, then there are no.
Hail my boobs and suck it.
Oh, we have someone else that has joined. Welcome, Ken. I remember you from the other day. What's going on, brother?
See, I want to see names. I want to know who I'm talking to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold on. You have Ken.
So I can keep track of who's who.
Okay, this
Plus,
is Ken.
I like my name I put up for tonight.
You're welcome.
Put it down. I don't remember names long.
Ken, your thoughts on the Iran situation?
It's just one big meme.
Are we?
I think it's over exaggerated a lot. I don't really like politics too much. I just know that we got rid of a leader of a terrorist group, and all that's just like good in my book in general. But I don't know the what's the word? I don't know the specifics of the situation enough to have it like an in-depth detail about it.
Right. Well, that's the thing, and this is my big thing. Is I tend to at least try to kind of pay attention to this stuff because I spend a lot of time on the greater political side of the internet and YouTube. But even I got to admit, it's like unless you are the Zudette, or whatever that is in the White House, unless you have all that information, it's very hard to tell because otherwise we're playing Monday morning quarterbacking.
Not necessarily. I do have access to a site that diplomats use. I get my news about 3 hours before the Associated Press does. So there are ways to stay up to date, buddy.
So you're making videos about this information you're getting before the AP?
No. I had actually just started using the site again because Jensen reminded me he gave me the site. And sorry about the yelling. The kids are kids. But no, the thing is though, there are ways to actually get knowledge ahead of the curve.
Oh, dude, no, I'd love that site. But no, that's one of the reasons why I've been kind of going around, just because it seems like politics is starting to really just cut across pretty much every community here at least on YouTube and across the internet. I mean, maybe I've just been ignoring it for a while and just kind of been paying attention to it more. But my big thing is, back in the day, they always said, what are the two things you don't talk about? Religion and politics. So then you always talked about the weather or like a game or something like that, something that you could generally have a positive conversation on. Why? Because those are two very divisive things, especially if folks don't agree. And I think one of the issues we have is we spend so long avoiding having conversations that we don't know how to have them.
Well,
So
you gotta realize what you were just talking about, the don't talk about politics and religion, that was not a thing most of cultural history. That became a thing in the early 1900s, and that was part of the progressive movement to control thought and behavior.
I remember you had mentioned that to me. And again, like I would love to look more into that and be able to verify, because that exactly, I've been very lazy. And it's just, my thing is, if even a hair of that is true, that is freaking terrifying right there. And regardless of whoever says that, it seems like a lot of powers that be don't want us to talk about it. And just because it's easier, if we're fighting amongst ourselves, at that point, we don't pause and then look up and say, hi, can we please have fair system flocks? Have a nice day. That's what I'm saying. No, that's why I want to bring folks on here, so we can just try to start having these conversations with different folks. Because I really do believe most folks are good people, and we are all more similar than we are different, but we do each have our own unique life experience. And well, just because you're a good person doesn't mean you don't do stupid shit. And folks tend to act in their own self-interest, and I think that just explains a lot. So,
memes, private chat. There's the Iran coverage from that site. From the site, you can get any other coverage you want around the world. So there you go.
I'm sorry, I'm not clicking that shit. I respect it, but that's just not for me. I'm a firm believer to, like, I keep up with enough to where it affects my own personal life, but unless it does, then I am simply not gonna care. Like, I have 3 nephews and a niece that, you know, they make these war allegations that could pertain to them maybe sometime in the future. But as of now, it's just like, I know about it, but I don't really look too much into it because I don't really want to stress about that. I figure, like, within my personal life, I'd rather focus on that and take responsibility as a personal adult than focus on distracting myself from what's actually going on when it's not affecting me, unless if it affects my family or my finances. That's pretty much how it goes for me.
No, I hear you, man, and that's how I think the vast majority of folks are. It's like certain folks like myself, and I know Matt over here, we happen to be political junkies. I know the fact that I was just talking to Matt the other day, and he's just like, dude, I'm burnt out on this. That's why you get the point where a libertarian's like, screw it, do whatever you want. And I'm like,
Yep.
Wait, what? That's very concerning to me when the libertarians are like, okay, if you're going to go to war, go to war. I'm like, no, dude, we need balance in the force. We need folks like on the left and on the right that can actually like counter, and hopefully we do that whole Hegelian thing of like, we synthesize the best ideas and try to get the best possible outcome. And it's becoming to seem like that's more and more difficult.
Well, from what I understand is that there wasn't actually that big of a, well, I don't get why we did the bombing in the first place. Like, I understand of who they killed, which is great, but that's all it comes to the close of, like, okay, well, are we sticking our nose in business that we don't belong anymore? Or are we being headstrong about it at this point, ever since 9/11? I don't really know. It's just, it came out of nowhere for me because the news likes to feed a lot of this other bull crap that comes with Trump, or they like to post stuff that eventually becomes a meme anyway. And like Crown 4, they do the same shit. Like the guy eating a sandwich on a BART station in California. Like that distracted a lot of people, and they have other news that distracted a lot of people. And then, oh, by the way, we just did this. Oh, wait, what? I didn't know about it because I was too busy working full time or overtime, depending on who you are. And then all of a sudden, oh, wait, this happens. So it's just, I don't know. That's just why I don't pay attention to it. It's just kind of crap.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of pissed about hearing Dude Man getting arrested for eating a sandwich on that train. So I realized that they had a reason for it, but the sheer fact that a reasonably prudent person, if you're eating your lunch, you're not expecting a cop to pull you aside, start kind of hounding you over something for a sandwich and get arrested for, because that just seems like BS. Yeah, it gets a lot of views and everything like that. Yeah, maybe it does play into certain narratives as well, because things like that do happen. But the thing is, every time, and this is the thing that gets me about a lot of my friends on the left. It's like, can you believe what President Trump just tweeted out? It's like some like random bullshit or something like that. I always pause. I'm like, what is actually happening within the administration? Because very often when something very salacious like that happens, there's something going on behind the scenes, and it's all of a sudden it's like, okay, immigration law was just substantially, or at least immigration policy was substantially changed, and the media doesn't even really seem to be reporting on it. They're just reporting on, yeah, President Trump said some stupid shit on the internet. Really? That seems like a fairly common thing on the internet. I don't know. Maybe I've just been a troll too long.
Well, when Hillary and Trump were in the final run for the presidency, I was actually in Canada, and I was watching it from Ottawa, Canada. I was on a vacation, watching the election go down, and like it was even affecting people from Canada about financial issues and how the American dollar is going to affect, because a lot of people from America do go to Canada and then vice versa. So they were worried about the value of the dollar back then. It didn't change because they didn't want Trump to go into office, but it didn't change that much, like at all for them. But they were worried about it. And then when Trump came into presidency, he didn't do a whole lot, but he didn't do a whole lot wrong. He just sounds like an idiot a little bit. But all of his ideas and what he wanted to do, none of it flew by. You know, there's still no wall between Mexico and California. So he's just like, the very few decisions that he's made is just like, well, it's up for debate, but it's not for me to debate. So I'm just going to lie back. And as soon as I see something that's really stupid, then I will. I'll go back to Obama and his stimulus package shit. That was stupid. I hated that because it ruined middle class.
The stimulus thing, again, at the time, and you kind of brought up a big point, Ken, the sheer fact that between after Obama got out of office and Trump gets in, yeah, we have a changing of the presidents, but realistically, what has actually changed aside from maybe a little bit of this over here, maybe this over there, maybe some different policies and everything as well. Oh, welcome back.
Hi.
How are you doing? But
I'm on my way.
oh dear, that could mean so many things. But yes, about foreign policy and everything, dude. My man, you said Florida or something. Are you an American or?
Yeah, I'm from California.
Oh, well, I mean that's the
Can
thing.
you not tell he's an American? He's got an American accent. You fucking knobhead.
I didn't want to misnation him. I mean, I've done that before. No, but my thing is,
my jacket legit has like an American flag on it, like as a.
Well, she has American fingernail thingamajigger.
I was just gonna say,
It doesn't mean she's.
I have these like Yankee stickers for my nails. I need to review.
That's why like American emblems and embroidering does not necessarily make one an American. Well, at least yet, but.
Oh, okay, yeah, it does.
I will be American when I put those on. Not.
You can identify as an American. There you go. But my big thing is, no, if you're an American, yeah, you have the right to say, dude, like, this is your country, man.
Well, anybody has the right to say, because everybody is interconnected throughout the entire world. What happens in America affects Dubai. What happens in Taiwan affects Los Angeles. It's just the way it is. Sorry, it is. But Ken, I would like to ask, when does it have to directly affect you? Because politics does affect you. And as a adult male, in my opinion, you should care about politics. The people that changed the world didn't change it because they were forced to talk about politics. They changed it because they were interested and they were there and they affected history. They never knew they were going to. John Adams didn't know he would be the second president. They didn't even know what a president would be. I mean, shit, dude. They had a king. You know what I mean? So when does it actually have to directly affect you before you care?
Okay, so
Thank you, Biden.
that's a pretty okay. That's a pretty good question. And I'll just change my answer to that to make it more detailed because clearly it didn't go through completely. Not to sing that you weren't listening, anything, but I do actually pay attention to a lot of the news. There are I don't know enough, like I said, but there are certain things I do pay attention to, and I hear about it. Even when I go to work or even when I get home with my roommates, I always hear about the news because they talk to me about stuff and I put my input about a lot of things. Not a lot that has happened has actually affected me directly. If someone fucks with my family or with my friends, then I have a problem. When Trump got elected, a lot of my friends, because I live in California, a lot of my friends are Mexican. And they have, Mexican parents and stuff that had to go through legalized ways to get immigrated from Mexico to California. So that affected me, and I gave my input on that. I'm like, well, they do essentially they do have to learn the basics of American history because that's what the system calls for. You can't come to me and say, well, it's going to be unfair if they can't pass the test because they gave you opportunity after opportunity to pass that test if you do want to make that change. If you do want to cross the border legally, they'll make that change. And then other people are arguing that, well, she's been here for this long, but she never actually made the change. Well, that's not anybody's fault but theirs. So, but at the same time, when that happened, they actually had the opportunity to, again, go back, take the test. And especially in California, you have a lot of small taco and burrito restaurants that are a fucking bomb. I can name, or I can count on my fingers. I can't actually name them. I can count 10 to 15 restaurants that I know are home owned that are Mexican restaurants within a 5-mile radius from where I live in right now. And they're all amazing, right? They just never took the time or the effort to complete that. So what happened was, so the reason why they got in, it wasn't because of illegal charges or anything like that. They did it as they did it as a business standpoint. Like, hey, I want to open up a business over here, and then do that. And then they did that. And then after a while, they started taking that away. But they also gave the opportunity, like, hey, if you still want to stay here, just study on your history.
This might sound a bit offhandish, but surely if they wanted to be in the country that bad, they would have done the more important thing first and got legalized.
Yep. Well, getting a business within the U.S. is completely up to California. So that was California's responsibility, and they said, "Yeah, okay, go ahead and do this." So, at that point, it is kind of screwed up. But all they had to do, and they did, all they had to do was just pass the test. They don't have to know English in California. Just like in Quebec, they don't have to know pure French or pure English. They can just know one or the other.
I'm English, so don't worry about that shit.
Yeah, but
I just do need a quick clarification because at least the last time I checked, and this was about a year ago, I spoke to a gentleman that was from Montreal, and he had said what they did is, if basically the folks that immigrated over there, they had, I believe it was a 3-year period where they basically had to learn the language, which happened to be French. And basically, if they didn't pass the citizenship test at the end of 3 years, unfortunately, they were supposed to go back.
Oh, and go back in. Oh, well, that makes sense though. 3 years
was a year ago.
3 years is quite some time to learn the language.
Well, here's the thing. If I sounded like I was being rude, I apologize. I've never
No,
met
you're
you
fine.
before, Ken. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just, what we call, I love history. Okay, I'm a history buff, right? So, what we call great men, they were never thinking of themselves as great men. you know what I mean? History happened around them. And when it happened because they were interested and they took notice. They participated. They didn't create the events. They were a victim of the events, but they were there.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody just shuts down and doesn't care, where are we going to get the next great man or woman?
Well, you got to care on some sort of notice, right? To your point. Yeah, you do. Of course you do. You know, that's just what I do to some extent. But back then, also, when America was like that, our population was not nearly as high as it is right now. So it's really hard to filter out.
Sorry,
Oh.
carry on. Biden's perving on me smoking.
It's really hard to filter out everybody's ideas because back then you had 13 states, you know, the 13 colonies, and you didn't have that many people when, like you said, from the first to third president, there weren't that many people in America. So when that happened, it was just more like you had to be involved because you were actually there, as opposed to now in America, there's such a big population to people where you can if you want, but there's so much shit going on to that sometimes where you just got to push it aside. Kind of like just like going to work and going from home and trying to separate both of the lives. You kind of have to like some people just have to push one or another aside and then just you know.
Okay, you said you're over here on the West Coast, right? I live up in Oregon, man. I live up in the Cascades. So I grew up in Baldwin Park in West Covina, LA County. So, you know, I know a little bit about California. So stuff that does affect you. The fires, the drugs, the crime, 3 strikes and you're out. I know they kind of went back from the 3-strike law and stuff recently. But once again, stuff like that does affect you. It is around you. Are you active politically in your community? What do you do here on YouTube? Are you an entertainment channel? Do you have a channel? Like I said, I've never met you before.
Both. You can ask Laura about that. I'm a little bit of both. I do like reviews, but at the same time, I can drink a beer.
If a kid said and a scummer, and he does beer reviews and does lives where he just chugs because I force him to until he passes out, which is quite hilarious.
Okay. Okay, so you don't really do what Memes and I do, where we go balls deep into politics, pretty much.
I don't either.
Every other day,
I'm an
right?
unboxing girl. I sit there and look pretty and unbox things. That's what I do. I don't exactly look
No,
pretty, but I do unboxing.
I just work overtime for a union, go home and take care of what I need to take care of, and then this is my pastime.
Laura launches bath bombs. That's the only bombs that he actually releases.
Yeah, it's very political.
Yeah, Laura's bath bomb is going to cause the World War III.
Yeah,
No, and
the only
the thing
complaint
is,
I get
like,
about those videos
memes.
is that I'm not in the bath when I'm doing it.
Memes, bless you, dude. Because you do talk politics, but you're so milquetoast, man. It's almost a running gag in my server. Like, you know, you're like, I like women. I like cats. I like pineapple. Like, shut the fuck up, Memes.
You do realize Cavi touched upon this. It's like, may he rest in peace, but he's the NPC. It's like, really? What's wrong with that? It's almost like if folks know how you're typically going to respond, maybe they won't get all frightened and maybe go into that fight or flight mode. Maybe I learned something from Professor Peterson, or maybe I just creeped him out. He put his arm around me to get me the hell out of there.
He looked so creeped out, dude. He looked so creeped
Dude,
out.
I mean, why? I had just came up to him. I'm like, Professor Peterson shook his hand. He asked me my name. I'm like, oh, Beam, sir. And I'm like, then I told him he was a pretty good wizard. What is a wizard? A wizard is a person who changes the world around.
I know,
to be a verbal
dude. The
and
look he
it's not
gave
even
you,
words of
though,
action.
it's that blank look. He's like, what did he just say to me?
He said it was quite a compliment. He said it was quite the compliment. I'm not sure how else he was supposed to take it, but.
Okay, I'm lost.
No.
Me too. I thought we were talking about me again for a second, but then no, they just went like completely.
I'm sorry, I was messing with Memes. My bad.
And no, it's okay.
It's at sometimes we'll touch upon deep lore jokes, and then words will just come out of my mouth, and then things usually get ruined.
Oh, they don't know about the Nazi penguins, huh, memes?
No more fashy porpoises. I think they're birds.
Yeah, we're gonna have to catch you guys up.
Porpoise. A porpoise is a dolphin type creature.
I realize, like I said, words come out of my mouth. These things happen. It's when you don't really have a filter,
It's
they
like a
pass through.
long-nosed dolphin.
You're a dolphin. You would be very attractive.
No, a porpoise is
Oh.
a dolphin. Type of
Oh.
dolphin.
Memes, you're just hoping she's a dolphin because you want to get raped. All right.
There's been an active problem with that, dude. There have been dolphins going around having their way with people.
You're avoiding the topic
It's
here.
about fucking time.
Wait, what?
It's about they're taking over the world. It's about fucking time.
See?
Oh no.
No, you know what? Who's gonna World War III? Fucking dolphins, and they're gonna fuck everybody. No one's gonna die, but everyone's just gonna get fucked. And like, okay, sorry, dolphins. And then we're all gonna live in Atlantis.
Nazi penguins and rapist dolphins.
Dolphins with freaking laser beams.
Lauren, how you doing?
Attached to their heads. Yes.
Oh, exploring with
Shit, I
TV. Welcome to the debauchery. My apologies.
Holy shit! No, does that make Flipper a snuff film? I'm just wondering.
Don't you attack Flipper. Flipper, faster than lightning. No one can
Oh no,
see.
no.
What?
I'm gonna start singing it. Fuck up.
You start telling me, it's like, oh, play whatever music you want. And I start singing to myself, and you're like, oh, fuck off now. And it's like, oh, what the? I hear any song, but no, play that. What are you, Meatloaf?
You know what's great, memes? I could just think
Play-
of, I
play
could
something.
I can envision
Oh.
this, right? I'm like, hey memes, play any song you want. You know what song memes is gonna go to? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? He's gonna go right to the angry girl music. I can totally see memes rocking out to Alanis Morissette.
No, my last music AMV that was put up on BitChute there was actually the Baby Shark song. Baby Shark do do do
Oh,
do
that's-
do. Baby
that-
Shark do
no.
do do do. What?
I dig it.
Oh, I take it that's not very masculine. I don't really care. It was so fun. I still put it there. I even put it on my like Cuddles and Kittens channel because there's no way I can justify that not being made for
Wait-
children. I could
Wait
find
a
it
minute.
through mental-
No. You have a channel called Cuddles and Kittens?
Yes,
What the fuck?
Oh my god, what?
I've had it for a while.
Oh shit.
Why does it surprise you? I also have the memes of ASMR. I've been traveling across the net, my friend.
Laura just
Oh
lost
my
her
god,
shit.
did you just kill her? I think you killed your co-host.
Hey, how you doing?
No, Mad Metal Man. No, don't go in the dolphin cave. Do not go in that dolphin cave.
No.
It is a trap, my friend. I'm sorry, I'm yelling at the Mad Metal Man. I realize I'm very.
The
Hashtag
what?
dolphin racing.
No, he's talking about there.
The Mad
Yeah,
Metal
hashtag
Man?
dolphin racing.
He has a very excellent voice. He's available for any covers, I believe, maybe on Fiverr. Yeah,
Someone's come up with
Excel.
these then.
No more fascist Zootopia. I realize the alt-right furries were allegedly a thing on the internet for a while. We try to bring folks back. We want to be inclusive. That's why I started the Control Alt-right furries. Furries were welcome and everything.
No,
and I
that's
want to
awesome.
provide my
No,
dragon.
No,
Penguins got
like when I
together.
first read that, I read Nazi penguins and racist dolphins. Like, not rapist, racist.
I
I,
read
don't
the
know why.
same thing.
That's what I read.
Thank
when I
you.
first looked
Orange
at it.
Horde has joined us. My brother from another mother.
mother.
That is like me in many ways. Or it's save me. I need a responsible adult. That's not a gone out the pasture libertarian.
Hey, I will be the designated driver. Just hold my beer.
This isn't that type of county, Matt.
Hold it, I'll fucking drink it.
God. Laura, you are not an alcohol receptacle. I mean, I know you may try to play one at
I am.
times, but
Don't ever spill your beer because alcohol abuse is just bad.
oh,
Yeah,
no.
you don't do that.
Do it. No.
Neither is paying an abuse.
See,
You don't
even
do
the
that either.
Californian
Take care of
knows.
your beer. You've got to take really
That's
good
when it
care
gets
of the beer,
serious.
you
When
know.
the Californian's like, no, you don't
Really,
do that.
really good.
Oh, I see how it is, Hammered Spud. They're mad. He's waiting for the draft to come and pick us up.
Hoorah!
Oh no. It's dude, I thought about that. Dude, I actually went back to the same recruiter that I had when I was 17. Like literally
They're
like
still
10 years
alive?
later. Dude, no. I would have been his first recruit, but he gave me the hard sell. This was before 9/11 and everything. So it's like sign the dotted line. Wait, I gotta give up my summer, but I get 20 grand. Wait, but I still give up my summer. I want my summer. And then we started.
Wait, that's what it boiled down to? You're like, fuck getting shot at and shit. I just want to get drunk this summer, dude.
No, dude. It was before that was even likely. I wanted to be a tank commander. We weren't even actively at war, except for like the whole Korean thing that really hasn't ever ended. But like, no, this was before 9/11. I just wanted a cool freaking National Guard T-shirt, and that's how they get you.
Wait, you just wanted a t-shirt.
You
Go
mean to
Goodwill,
tell me
homie.
that 3 months of service for $20,000, and all you were worried
Yeah.
about was like, well, the T-shirt may have been a
Right away.
deal breaker or not. But I just wanted my summer.
It was an 8-year contract.
Oh well.
I would also like to.
Holy shit! No, wait. They were trying to get you for the 8-year hitch. They went So I scored super high on my ASVAB, right? So they were like hounding me for like 6 or 7 years, but they never tried to get me on an 8-year hitch. They were always throwing the 4-year hitch at me.
I believe that's what it was. Maybe it only no, I think it was 8. I think it was 8 at the time. I honestly don't really recall. I would like to welcome Amber the Fifth there. Apparently she enjoys beards. I enjoy beards as well. And then MGC 7199 says dolphins are notoriously racist. You should see what they do to herring. Oh dear. Is this an expose we need to get into? I don't even.
I can see the dolphin, right? He's a member of the AB and shit. He's got a little swastika.
Well, no, we have the Select Service system there, and they are issuing a warning that dolphins want to clapping man and woman those things don't discriminate, bruh. I mean, this has been message brought to you by the Selective Service System here in the YouTube chat, and Ords also says there isn't much you want to do for a T-shirt. Ords, are you coming up here? I'm not sure. Well, actually, no. I'm actually kind of okay right now. I was almost outnumbered earlier. I have no idea.
You would be okay. What's where that hand's disappearing to?
Oh, well, I mean, it's on a butt. I'm putting it in my mouth.
The other one.
So, do you think that President Trump went ahead with this Iran situation to take the heat off the impeachment? I don't believe so, honestly. I'm laying my cards on the table. I do not think that this is a sidestep. I think he wants the impeachment to go forward because he can't lose. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's a win for him. So I do not believe this is the sidestep. But I bet you'll hear Democrats say it is.
Well, I mean, it definitely has moved folks on from talking about impeachment. That definitely has been an effect. You could say that there's a long line, and I remember the Common Sense Guy actually did a pretty solid video earlier. Check it out on the Common Sense Guy's channel, which I'll probably link here in a minute. But no, he actually went over a lot of the timeline, a lot of things that happened with these ships. So it's been provocation, and it seems like POTUS has just been like, put up or shut up. Yeah, we took out your dude. Is that the right answer? I don't know. And that's what's concerning to me, because there's a lot of uncertainty now. We're not sure what's necessarily going to happen. If it comes down to a knockdown, drag out war, I would bet on us. I would bet on us. But that's just how it is. Am I biased? Sure. But I'm also recognizing we have the best goddamn military in the world and weapon systems that I believe I haven't even ever seen that we may or may not unveil.
Here's another question. Do you think we are actually that good, or do we just believe we are? And do you understand the question? You know what I mean? Like, you could think you're the biggest guy on the block, when really you're not. Is that what we are? Are we a victim of our own circumstance here?
When a team of Navy SEAL snipers successfully rescued Captain Phillips by shooting from the deck of an aircraft carrier? Yes. The answer is yes. That's the thing.
So we are just that badass, pretty much. It's not us being big-headed. We're not foolhardy. We are the shit, is what you're saying.
That would be a question better directed towards somebody that actually served in the military, such as like an MC or something. And again, that's why I say why I like to have people around, even if they're going to yell at me for extended periods of time, because I can still learn if I'm getting yelled at.
Makes a good point. In the chat, Magneto makes a good point.
Oh.
He says it's not that we're that one.
It's not that we're good, but our tech is far. Well, that is very true. That's why I said military, and we also have the different weapon systems. That's the thing. It's I don't know. And yes, Excel is also right. We spend the most money by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, according to the newsroom, what was it? We spend more than the next 27 nations combined at one point, 26 of whom were our allies. I feel the words of Jeff Daniels. Pardon?
I said, yeah, okay, Boston. I'm listening.
Oh, God, the discrimination here. Well, I'm sitting here in my car trying to throw off some words here. I don't even have any khakis on. I had to grab my khakis.
Uh-huh. You sounded more Canadian then, but yeah.
I hate you.
Fuck you. There's nothing wrong with Canadians.
I know. I like Canada. I know. Canada. Oh, that's rude.
Hey, I've got Canadian people who say that to me, so that's what, don't even go there. That's where I got it from. Canadians.
Hey. What, eh?
Eh?
Apologies for my racism. But, okay.
Racism when they do it themselves, though? Take the piss out of themselves?
I don't know. I am not Canadian. So, but, we delved into finance. I know you were talking about this with Tom P the other day. And MGC 7199 says, and that's why they need to artificially create demand for the fiat dollar. They need to keep printing to spend it. I guess you could say that's an argument for there. I think probably one of the strongest arguments is this is shoring up the reliability of oil transfer throughout the world, which is utilizing the petrodollar, i.e. the world's oil is bought and sold in dollars, which, since we're not on the gold standard anymore, has ensured the stability of our currency. So there is always that argument. You can say that it's an immoral argument, but it is an argument within the United States of America's interests. I'm sorry to be a buzzkill.
I'm just rolling the joint. That's why I have to turn my camera off.
Well, basically, as long as
look at my ceiling, so I'll put the picture up there. It's more interesting.
Oh, but we could look at your lovely face.
Yeah, it's only lovely with a ton of makeup on it. Whoa, where's he gone?
Oh,
he scared him.
Well, no, he has dollar store internet. That was cruel. That was cruel. No, the service in his area is very, very terrible, and the dollar store is a place where myself and other
Ken has upgraded internet, but he can't afford his electric bill because of it. So that's why he's sat in the dark.
Oh, you're running on glow sticks, Ken. I like the ambiance.
I did turn my light on.
Oh,
I'm just so white.
You look cooler now.
Scumming you, Ken. Sort your head out. I'm scumming you.
If you like to turn my light on, I can. I don't really care.
I don't mind whether the light's on or off. I'm not fussy.
I'm just going to throw out to the folks here.
Is that right, Laura?
We're coming up on 2 hours. If you are expecting any more serious debate on potential of World War III, I don't think it's going to be occurring. Feel free to sign off now, because I feel like we're only going to delve into debauchery from here. This is just
I feed off debauchery.
So do I. We're scummers. That's what scummers do.
A what?
Yeah.
Scummer.
What's that?
Just somebody who scums. We scum each other. We scum the chat. We scum whatever. We just sit there. We drink. We get stoned.
Oh,
we drink. We get messed up, and then we make fun of each other. But at the end of the day, we love each other. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
Are we
like a regular family, but online?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what
And
the
then the
internet's
family
for?
day gets deleted at the end of it. It gets deleted, so that's all good.
I would prefer not to delete this yet until I hit my requisite 4,000 hours and it can actually be monetized, because this actually seems like a thing I've been told by people I could actually do well at, because my high school you know how you do those little tests back in high school where it's like, figure out what you're going to be good at when you grow up. I took that test,
Oh God, yeah.
and I told me I would excel at absolutely nothing. Yes, that was the confidence boost there. I believe it was because when they asked me questions, do you enjoy working by yourself? Yes. Do you enjoy working in
Yeah,
groups?
but YouTube
Yes.
wasn't a career option back then, was it?
That is also very true. That is also very true. I acknowledge that if I was 10 years younger and the internet was maybe a little different, back in the day, I may have been gaming, doing World of Warcraft, and may or may not have gotten ready to apply for one of the top guilds at the time. Yes. Server first level DK for the win. What did I win? I don't know. An achievement somewhere in a video game. So I got some bits and bytes that said, you are a shiny person.
Shinies. I love shinies.
I know, me too. I like blue shinies.
I like holographic shinies.
I like many shinies. I like big
I'm
shinies.
boxed.
Like I said, we've delved back into debauchery. There's no more serious talk that I foresee happening
Debauchery.
here.
I'm talking about cards, not debauchery.
Oh, I like dude, I got a tarot reading the other day from Ricky. She gave me a tarot reading and she's like, all I know is I need to go back, but it says you are going to find a great, immense love in your life in this upcoming year. I asked her what I should do with my life.
Hey.
And
Oh, look at you both. You make such a cute couple.
No, hell no.
Okay. What spread did she use for the reading?
she used cat cards.
What?
There was a
Shame
tarot
on
deck
you.
that had cats.
Okay, first off, I said spread, so Celtic Cross, Nostradamus. There's different spreads. Different
You're asking me like I
layouts
had
for
the same
reading
tarot card.
cards. God, you don't know how to read tarot, do you?
No. That's why a friend do it for me.
That's why he went to a tarot reader. Duh.
I know how to read tarot cards. That's why I know what a spread is. God
Oh.
damn it, memes.
Did you
Well,
learn
he
from
went
Miss
to a
Cleo?
tarot reader, so if he knew how to read tarot cards, he wouldn't be going to a tarot reader, would he? I don't think.
Actually, I would prefer to get my reading done by somebody else and not do it myself, actually. So,
That's
yes.
what I mean. Yeah.
Even if you know how to read tarot, usually to go to somebody else.
Oh, you don't want to read yourself?
Well, you don't read your own cards because tarot uses a lot of intuition when you're reading the cards and you connect the dots. So if you're reading it on yourself, it's not going to be accurate because you're imprinting yourself into it and you're going to want the best situation for yourself anyway, right? You're not going to read it properly.
Now, can that be said about anything?
Yeah, which is why people that write books don't read their own books. They read other authors.
What you don't? Why wouldn't you read your own book?
You got to read it 20 times when you're in editing process. Why would you read it for fun?
Because maybe you want to remember something.
You wrote it.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you remember everything. Well, that wasn't at the point of writing, so you can write it down so you don't have to remember it. And yes, I am leaning towards playing WoW Classic potentially.
Actually, no. I've been wanting to talk to you. Dark Age of Camelot, dude.
I don't know. Vanilla WoW brings me back, man. It was fun. We'll have to see. Oh dear. So yeah.
Can you imagine though? Dark Age of Camelot only has like what 3,500 people playing on 3 servers. So if we got a group of us from my Discord, right, like 5 or 6 of us, we could just kill anybody we want. You know how much fun that could be?
And what happens when you conquer the server? Guess what? The server dies. I've done that before in Ark. I've been there, man. All right, I'm tossing the Common Sense Guys link because I referenced his Iran video in the chat there. Let's go around. Let's start with Mr. Ken. Ken, why don't you give yourself a shout out? Let the folks know where they can find you.
Wait, what?
Oh, we're gonna wrap up the stream here, just because we're right within that algorithmic 2-hour mark there, and we're not actively discussing really any serious things anymore. So I was gonna wind it down.
Oh, okay. I could do that. All right. So you're gonna find me at Ken's World. You just type it in. I commented on earlier. I'm gonna comment right now within the live chat, just so that you can see who I am here. If I can type right, I am.
Yep.
Comments. Oh no, there here I am. So pretty much what my channel is that I do go on parties, I do go on the V bar a lot, and I do a lot of shit like that. But my channel in reality, it's just kind of like a vlog. It is a lot of beer reviews. Sometimes it can be like a different review for other foods or maybe even other games. Once I get into that groove again, I've been around for a long time. This is actually like a resurrected channel. So if you wanna follow it, if you wanna go along with it, be my guest. If it's not your kind of thing, I don't mind it too much. But everyone's more than welcome to give any sort of criticism. I don't really mind it. It doesn't bother me. I've been around for a long time, so have at it. Watch. See what you like, see what you don't like. If you want to be curious about all the videos I've done, which were posted live, every beer review I do live, just because I feel like it's more natural. So go on, take a look. I'm at like 38 beer reviews right now, so check it out.
Cool beans. Yeah, I touched your channel in the chat as well. Mad, why don't you let the good folks know where they can find you and tune in if they care to.
Yeah, and, I'm the Mad Libertarian. You can check me out over on youtube.com/Mad Dodge Productions. I'm also over on BitChute. We got D Live coming out, and I'm going to be hitting up the podcast. Yeah, thank you, Pinoid. What's up? So, we're all over the place, man. I do news, politics, I talk sports, I like music. We do a World War I stream where we're nerding out on history. So, I mean, you want to teach your kids some shit about the Civil War or World War I? We gotcha. You want to talk about politics? We gotcha. Hey, you want to nerd out as we play fucking Vampire the Masquerade and act like idiots? We got you there too. What's up? Come check it out.
Cool beans. And Miss Laura's left us because she obviously does not want to shill, but her channel is still in the chat. And since she decided to leave and didn't want to shill, I'm going to shill even a little bit more. There's Laura's Twitter account if you want to follow her over there. But I am the means of destruction here, and you have joined us for episode 4 of Late Night Madness. Thank you for everybody that's watched and anyone who may watch in the future. Peace out, everybody, and stay safe. And here's hoping it's not the end of the world as we know it.